Hello, VC community. Doing another crate video. This would be our M's through Z's, even though I don't think there's any Z 7 inches here, but hoping to get through these a little quicker than last time with minimal information about the albums. Just gonna share out. There'll be a few that I'll give maybe where the bands are from, or if they're represses and not OG copies. But let's start off with little Yngwie J. Malmsteen's Rising Force, Heaven Tonight, US pressing, some death metal, Massacre. I've been starting to pick up some more of the recent Massacre releases. Love their original stuff from the early 90s. This is Casket Mutilations. Little Fred Krueger cover artwork going on there. This is a picture disc from same band, Massacre. This A-side, They Never Die, B-side, Beyond the Dunwich Hills. A little closer there for that one. And then just a close-up of one of the ghouls from the front. And third one, Evil Dead Rise. Also Massacre. Side A, Evil Dead Rise, and the B-side is Boneyard, which is a cover song. All right, mixing things up a little bit here. Another picture disc, but this is Mastodon. And this is actually a third press. It actually says third press on the little insert there. And not sure who did the artwork for those, but pretty unique stuff. Another Mastodon. This one from Relapse Records. This is their first, I believe their first release. I think this came out before their first full length, and this is Life's Blood. It is a two disc, I believe colored. Yeah, it's a bit of a swirl. Kind of hard to tell there, but blue, light blue mixed in with maybe some gray and white. And my third Mastodon is I believe just a single song. This is Crystal Skull, and it is a clear vinyl. Some gold, kind of gold design there on the inside. All right, next up is a UK band, and this is, as I was saying, the sticker would be a giveaway here that this is a repress. This is not the original Metal Mirror. This is English Booze with the B-side Rock and Roll Ain't Never Gonna Leave Us, and the original was pressed in 1980. This is a 2000 pressing. It's even got the original pictures. The backside's pretty close to the original. Next up is a German doom band, Mirror of Deception. This is a split, and the other side is Tephra, which is a UK doom band. Not really familiar with them outside of this one track, Natural Healer of Sin, and the other side is Catharsis. Again, Mirror of Deception. Nine Nacht. Sounds, it's German, but it's not a German band. As far as I know, this is a US death metal. It's, I believe, either a one-off or a spin-off group of Dawn of the Dead from Nunslaughter. I got this as a freebie. Not even sure if I've given that a listen to yet. Death metal band I enjoy greatly, Nile. This was one of their early releases, but this was a repress on Hill's Headbangers, just repressed a few years ago, colored vinyl. And next up, band that I just mentioned, I had a bunch of their full lengths and singles, EPs. I had got rid of them years ago. Just lyrical content just didn't really do it for me any longer, but my friend Joe's given me a few freebies, so I've gotten a few back into my collection, and that is Nunslaughter. This is a split with Centrex, which Centrex, I believe, is a German death metal band. And this is Hail Germania, I believe released in 2003. And then this is another Nun Slaughter. This one is not a split, and the the main track is Cerebus, I believe, and that was also from 2003. The Obsessed. This is a boot. Not sure, don't remember where I got it from, but glad to have it in my collection. It's, let's see, it is actually one of the few 7-inches that I have where one side is a 33 RPM and the other side is 45, so you got to pay attention, switch it up. But it's the tracks Failsafe and Neats Brigade. October 31st. That is King Fowley's side band. I don't know if he would consider it a side band. It's his band. And this is got a demo version of Powerhouse and then a cover of Q5's Missing in Action. Ogre. It's a Doom band. I'm covering up. Don't want to get the censors after me, but this is Soulless Woman A-side and Naked Lady B-side, and just a really great underappreciated Doom band. I've got all their full lengths, got a bunch on CD and on vinyl. One of my favorite Doom bands, Place of Skulls. I got this 7-inch early in my days of getting back into vinyl, so early 2000s, very early 2000s, and this copy was signed by the band. So I got Victor and Tim and Abney, which is Lee Abney. Yep. So all three of them on there, and this is a black version. I think it was also pressed on color. Next up, Pagan Altar. And this is a split with Jex Thoth, a female-fronted Doom band. Now, a few Reverend Bizarre 45s. This one, Under the Sign of the Wolf. This is a split with Nanaya, and their track is Forever My Queen, which is a Pentagram cover, and Broken Vows, also a Pentagram cover, that one done by Reverend Bizarre. This is a gatefold, Reverend Bizarre. Both tracks are from said band, and they are the Tree of Suffering and the Children of Doom, and you got that whole Conan the Barbarian kind of motif going on this one. Next up is I believe this one is not a split. I think this is done by both bands, or by Reverend Bizarre, one band. This one is got a cover of Judas Priest and Saint Vitus. Another repress, UK, new wave of British heavy metal band Ricochet, double B-side. This one, just like the other one I showed, was originally pressed 1980. This pressing is 2020 on Splattered Records. I believe that is a black. Yep, that one's black. All right, next four, I'm going to kind of show just in sync here. This is a Christian metal band. It's been out for a number of years now. Got 2 full-length albums. Awesome band. If you're not familiar with Ritual Servant, check them out. But this is a series of 4 singles from, and they contain 2 tracks each that made up their second album. And so you're able to get most of these before that album was released. I think the fourth one might have come out afterwards, but these all kind of lay out to form a cover, and it's not the cover from the actual album. So these are very unique and cool commodity to have. They were on sale this weekend at Roxx Records. Might still be on sale. You can get all four for a deal. So if you are interested in those, grab them up while they're still available. Next up, another, I think this was a freebie somebody gave me, but another Christian group or groups. This is a split, Saul of Tarsus, which I believe is maybe some kind of metalcore, and then Wicked's End, which is I believe a thrash band. Back to the Doom. This was a band that I followed as they kind of morphed from another band that I'll reference in a few discs from now. But Serpent Cult was a Belgian band. So two of the members of this group came from this other Belgian band I'll mention in a few minutes, and brought on board Lady Michelle Newcomb, I believe her last name was or is, and she went on to be in two other bands that were on Lee Doran's label, both Death Penalty, which was with the guitar player from Cathedral, and then Bathsheba, both Doom bands, and this also Doom band. So this was I believe a 7-inch that came with one of their full-length albums. Next up, Little Wino, Shine. They never released a full-length. This band actually became Spiritual Caravan. So this was a kind of one and done for them, but the songs are Lost Sundance and Courage, and both of those showed up on one of their greatest hits, double CD releases. But neat to have that. Next up, Sour Vein, which I believe is kind of sludge doom. This is the only thing I have from that particular band. And then Rabies Cast, maybe experimental noise. I don't know that. I don't think they were doom, but another band I don't have anything else from, but got this years ago. Spirit Caravan, Wino's band. So the one that I just mentioned just a moment ago, they morphed into Spirit Caravan. This was released in 2002, track So Mortal Be and Undone Mind. And you're not going to be able to see it on here, but I was able to have Gary Isom sign. Of course, we didn't have a silver Sharpie handy, so I had to have the black on black, but it is visible. And Gary was in a band, Valkyrie, at that time, and I had seen him play with them, I think 2 times, and so yeah, he had some of these on hand and was able to get that from him and get it signed. Some more Doom. This is a split. This was a series, Imperial Anthems. I think there was maybe 3 where it would kind of pit one band against another. And this is, again, Spiritus Mortis and Pale Divine, both doing covers of Deep Purple. And this was limited to 500. I do believe this one was colored. I believe it was purple. And why wouldn't it be? All right, another twofer here. We got Stratovarius. I don't remember, maybe Swedish band, power metal. But these are obviously represses. This is music on vinyl, and these were record store releases. And I know I believe their first album had this cover. So I would say that the tracks, Fright Night, taken from the album Fright Night, Black Night, and Night Screamer. And then this one is Future Shock and Witch Hunt. All right, next up, Tales of Medusa, which is a kind of a hard band to get your hands on their material. I've got a EP, 12-inch EP, and then the 7-inch. They're from Canada and traditional metal, but they release things extremely limited numbers. This one was 299. And I just found out that they released a 12-inch this summer, and I think there were only 100 copies made, and good luck getting your hands on them. These guys don't sell their albums. They give them away, or they give them to a certain company. And yeah, so if you have any of theirs, you're doing good, because they're tough to come by. Another UK band, new wave of British heavy metal. This is Tellurian Reborn, and the material on this is from '82. It was released later, in the 2000s, but Zalara Records, 500 copies. It is, hand numbered. And as far as I know, this was a band that never released a full length. So it was either, their original demo stuff, or getting your hands on this. And so glad to have this one in the collection. All right, I referenced a Belgian band a few minutes ago, Serpent Cult. Prior to Serpent Cult, there was the Plague of Gentlemen, and doom band, and they had one full length, a few CD or cassette releases, and then this 7-inch, which was released on Southern Lord here in the United States. This band folded. There was some controversy with their lead singer, and they had to part ways with him, and hence why they became Serpent Cult. But really good doom metal. Tracks: Pressure and Time and Battle Burns. Theocracy. Anybody into Christian metal, if you don't know Theocracy, you need to check them out. Really good progressive power metal. The singer, guitar player, the guy that started the band, Matt Smith, fantastic. Really unique vocals, doesn't sound like any other band. Positive music, can't go wrong. Check them out. Next up, this was another freebie given to me. Band is This Is Hell. This is self-titled. I believe this is a release of their first demo. Tracks are Wreck Your Life, Heaven Sent Hellbound, Double Grave, and Dearest Midge. Some members of this band went on to form another group that I know I have material from, and for the life of me I can't remember who they are, but you could look that up. Maybe I'll put it in the comments down below. Okay, next, Twisted Tower Dire, a really good traditional metal band out of North Carolina, and I believe maybe had some ties to the Virginia area. This track is Mourner in the Nether Mists. This is one of their earlier releases, and it is a split with Cold Morning, a doom band, I believe, from here in the United States. That track is Looking Through a Smoking Glass. Another Twisted Tower Dire. This one is just 2 tracks. It is The Dagger's Blade and False Orion, which I believe both came from one of their full lengths. I'm thinking maybe their second one. And this was also hand numbered, 500 copies. And this one was a lime green. New wave of British heavy metal band, Tigers of Pantang. I've got 2 copies of the same 7-inch. Of course, one's the picture disc and one is not, but same tracks. Love Potion number 9, which is obviously the cover song, and The Stormlands. Here we go with some Valkyrie, the band I had mentioned a couple minutes back. This is a split. False Dreams is their track, and Bible of the Devil with their track, The All Dirt Road, which both US, maybe traditional with a little bit of doom thrown in. Okay, a relatively new piece of the collection from the band Void, from New Orleans. really good thrash metal band. This is kind of a holdover in between their first and second full lengths. This is Return of the Phantom, which that track does show up on their second full length album, and the B-side Necromantical Screams. They are like a throwback to the 80s and late 90s, and definitely a band I would love to be able to catch live. So hopefully they come through Nashville or Chattanooga. I will get to go see them. Okay, next up, I've got a bunch of Voivods. Silver Machine. This one, Always Moving. And these all came out around the same, I don't know, 1 or 2, 3 years. This is a split. This one obviously being red vinyl. This is Voivod We Are Connected with At the Gates, Language of the Dead. Of course, all the artwork done by Away, the drummer from Voivod. We've got the same release. This one's got a white sticker on it, white vinyl. And then Voivod Forever Mountain, this one red vinyl, and the B-side is Napalm Death and Phonetics for the Stupefied. Now there was a third one that was released with At the Gates. No, not At the Gates. I have that one here, Entombed, and I was never able to get my hands on that one, and I'm sure I could try and find it on Discogs, but that one seemed to be kind of pricey. Volcana, a US metal band. A Lion Among Jackals. This was their first release before any of their full lengths came out. A-side, A Lion Among Jackals, and B-side, Table of Stone. Released in 2016. Some more Doom, this time from Germany. Voodoo Shock. This is a split with another band, Iron Kind. I forgot to look up where they're from. I'm not going to assume that it's Germany. And no tracks listed on here, so I don't remember the songs. And then another Voodoo Shock. This one is The Golden Beauty and Live for the Moment. Both tracks by Voodoo Shock and black vinyl. Okay, got just a few left here. While Heaven Wept, The Drowning Years. I've got a bunch of their full-length albums. They're a fantastic band. Doom with some traditional, maybe epic, we'll call them epic metal. This is some early material, The Drowning Years and Sorrow of the Angels, both from their first release. And another numbered, this one 330. I believe this is black vinyl. And another split. These bands I'm not really familiar with. It's Hot Graves and White Horse. I believe one is more in the vein of thrash and the other more of a black metal, death metal hybrid with who knows what other kind of genres thrown in there. But came with a sticker of the two bands, and somehow they kind of had, I don't know if they did it specifically for this release, but their two logos kind of you can flip over and try and figure out how you can see both of them. I'm not sure how that works out, but anyway. White Wizard, really good traditional metal band. This is Shooting Star single, A-side, and the B-side is We Rock, which is a Ronnie James Dio cover. All right, getting down to the bottom here, just a few more. Witchcraft, Swedish band, I believe. Kind of traditional 70s hard rock. I mean, maybe a little bit of tinge of doom in there. If Crimson Was Your Color is the A-side, and the B-side, I Know You Killed Someone. I think that one's a red color vinyl. Another repress, Witch Cross. This band is from Denmark. This was the single was originally released in 1983. This is a 2019 repress. And the two tracks are You There and No Angel. Going back to doom metal, The Wizard, Smoldering Sinner. This is an Aussie group from Australia, and the A-side, actually two tracks, The White Ship and Smoldering Sinners, and the B-side, The Wizard. And these guys, you can see they spell that with a, they got a the in their name, and then W-I-Z-A-R apostrophe D. Don't know if those guys are still making music or not. Haven't seen anything from them in years. And then we've got, last but not least, we have a comp. This was released, trying to see who released it. I can't make that out from the back, but it's called Knock 'Em Down to Size. This is the Unholy Doom Metal Service in 6 Hellraising chapters. Side A, these are really short tracks. They've got Reverend Bizarre, Upwards of End Time, and Griftagard. And then the B side is the UK traditional or epic metal band Solstice, not to be confused with the death metal band from the US, Spiritus Mortis, and Tortured Spirit, which was a US band. And this was, it says part 1. As far as I know, there was never a part 2 released, and that is on black vinyl. All right. Well, I was able to do this in under 30 minutes. Yay me. I've got some other crates. Of course, that's predominantly traditional metal, doom metal, some of my Christian metal in there. My other stuff is more going to be more hair metal and traditional, 70s and 80s metal. So some other time I'll get around to doing that one. But thank you for watching. And yeah, if you've got your own 7-inch singles, share away, folks. I know not a lot of people post singles online. I don't know why. I mean, granted, they're, you put them on and they're over. I understand that, but some of them are rare. Some of them are, have cool covers. Show them, share them out. If you watched through this, I thank you, because I know we're going on close to 30 minutes, but I appreciate your time. And if you have any comments, any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you for liking the video, for those that do that. And I hope you have a great day. And again, thank you for watching. God bless.